Richard Kevan Gosper is an Australian former athlete who mainly competed in the 400 metres. He was formerly a vice president of the International Olympic Committee, and combined chairman and CEO of Royal Dutch Shell, Australia. 1956 Summer Olympics. Gosper competed for Australia in the 1956 Summer Olympics held in Melbourne, Australia, where he won the silver medal in the 4x400 metres relay with his teammates Graham Gibson, Leon Gregory and David Lean. International Olympic Committee. He was nominated to the International Olympic Committee in 1977, was a vice president of the Sydney Organising Committee for the Olympic Games. He is chief of the IOC Press Commission, deputy chairman of the IOC Coordination Commission for the Beijing 2008 Olympic Games, chairman of Olympic Games Knowledge Services and president of the Oceania National Olympic Committees. He was inaugural chairman of the Australian Institute of Sport 1980–85, and president of the Australian Olympic Committee 1985–1990, and continues to serve on its executive board. From 1980 to 1993, Kevan was chairman and chief executive of Shell Australia in Melbourne, and later head of Shell Asia Pacific operations out of London. The other positions he has held include being Chief Commissioner of the City of Melbourne and Chairman of the National Australia Day Council. He is a director of a number of Australian companies including Crown Casino Limited, Visy Industries and Lion Nathan. His autobiography, An Olympic Life, was published in March 2000. Gosper attracted controversy in the run-up to the 2000 Olympics in Sydney when his daughter was invited to take part in the Olympic torch relay. Several days earlier, the media published a story which stated that a young Greek-Australian girl, who at the time was travelling through Greece with a school exchange program, would be the first Australian to run with the Olympic flame. Gosper, who at the time was already in Greece overlooking preparations for the Games, was not aware of this article being published. The media criticized Gosper for replacing the young Greek-Australian girl with his daughter, even though the media had no official statements from the Greek National Olympic Committee to support this allegation. The idea of her running with the torch had simply been mentioned by the head of her school exchange program, who thought it would be a wonderful opportunity if it could be arranged. More recently, he has been accused of being an apologist for dictators after his criticism of pro-democracy protesters during the Beijing 2008 torch relay. Gosper recently suggested that during the Olympic torch Australian appearance, Chinese paramilitary torch attendants could be called into action if Australian police were unable to cope with potential protests. His remarks prompted a swift rebuke from Australian Attorney General Robert McClelland. Honours. Gosper was made an Officer of the Order of Australia in 1986, and was inducted into the Sport Australia Hall of Fame in 1989. He received an Australian Sports Medal in 2000 for services to athletics and the Olympic movement, and has been similarly honoured by France, the Netherlands, Spain, Monaco and Senegal and Solomon Islands.